Hey guys, welcome back to the Crochet with Kelsey channel. This week I have a lot of custom orders to work on, which is awesome, and I wanted to take you along on my journey. So the first batch of custom orders that I needed to make are for a creator called Adorable Arsenal, and she basically makes little clay figurines that have medieval themes to them, and she is going to be attending the Renaissance Festival and asked if I would make a couple of little guys for her. So I decided to go ahead and make this a new pattern series because her little figurines are super cute. And I started by making Waldo the Wizard Frog. So this is a pattern that is now out and available, and they're just really cute, and this is based off of one of her figurines. The second plushie in the series is the little fighter bear, and he has a little sword, and these are actually based off of the figurine that I have from Adorable Arsenal. So there it is. He's super cute. So I don't know, they're basically twins. So that was the second one in the series. And then I went ahead and made a little duck in her style, but I wanted him to have a different type of weapon, so I made him a little axe. So I made her 2 of those. And then last but not least, my Patreon members said that they wanted a cat for the April Patreon exclusive pattern, so I decided why not make a cat in this style. So I did, and he has a little shield that is removable. So that'll be my Patreon exclusive pattern for the month of April. So altogether, I made her 7 of these little guys, and she's gonna be taking them to the Renaissance Fair so that they can be at her booth and be bought by her customers. The second custom order that I had to work on was a little Moss the Sprite plushie, and I actually sat down and put my mind to it, and I finished him last night. And he's just really cute. My tip for making him look more full, even though he's a snuggler, is stuffing the very bottom of his feet. So it just gives him a little bit more volume. And this is one of my favorite patterns to date. I love it so much, and thank you to the person who is giving him a new home. Whenever I realized that I had to make a custom order with fluffy yarn, it kind of took me a while to get the motivation to make it because I haven't worked with fluffy yarn in a really long time, but it is so rewarding whenever you see the finished product. And the more that you work with fluffy yarn, the better you get. So I actually have this pattern available on my Etsy shop with a PDF that includes fluffy yarn tips. So if you're new to working with fluffy yarn and you're looking for some tips and tricks on how to master it, be sure to go check that out. I got 2 custom orders from the same customer, and she wants a Midnight the Dragon, and the pattern is by KP Crochet Creations. It's basically a spin-off on Toothless, and she picked out some custom colors for it. So the body is going to be black. She requested that there be no spikes down the body. And then for the little tail fins, she chose these colors. So I'm gonna hopefully work on that a little bit today. And she also wanted some custom eyes made for it. So I had this really pretty color shifting mica powder that kind of changes from green to like a bluish color. So I'm super excited to put that together, and I will keep y'all updated along the way. Hello again. So it's been about 2 days since my last check-in. The first night I got my little legs done. These are actually the arms. And then I also got all of the little spikes that go on the head done. So there's 6 of those total. And when I was making this, I realized that this is going to be a bigger project than I anticipated. I have made a midnight before, but I didn't realize how big it was. So I took a little break on Sunday to make a pattern test that I have due this week. And it's a little Pichu, and it's so cute. This is from Just Peachy Crochet's pattern, and it took me a while because I had to cut out the felt and I made everything yesterday, so I felt like I didn't really need to work on the custom, but the felt probably took me like 30 minutes just to cut out these little circles. And I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with the mouth yet, but I need to figure that out because the test is due in 3 days, I believe, and I need to get pictures over to her. But it's super cute and I'm really excited for this pattern to release. I also got accepted to be a vendor at a Pokemon card show in July. I believe it's July 11th and 12th, and it's at the Irving Convention Center in the Dallas area. So if you're in the area, be sure to stop by. I'll have a ton of Pokemon ready for that. Anyway, back to the custom order. So tonight I was able to get the legs done. And they're pretty big, and he kind of just sits with his little legs to the side. So those are all done. I am really looking forward to putting the body together because it is no-sew, and I'm hoping that it's not going to take a ton of time. I also completed the tail tonight, and this tail is around 60 rounds, so yeah, it's going to be a big boy. But I'm super excited to finish this up, hopefully this week, but I'm going to take a little break tonight because I have another pattern test that's due coming up. So it is the little Bulbasaur from Pebble Crochets. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on that. And these are the colors that I have picked out for it. So for the main body color, I can't decide which of these two I'm gonna use. I think that since I have so much of this, it's the safest bet to use this peacock color for the main body and then this color for his little accents. But I'm just gonna have to look at a picture of Bulbasaur to remember exactly what colors are the closest. The other option is to use these two, which are kind of closer together, so I'd rather not do that, but I'll just see whenever I look at a picture. And then for his little bulb on the back, I think I'm gonna use this green. So the color palette will look something like this. After looking at a photo of Bulbasaur, I think I'm actually gonna take a different route. I think that I'm gonna make this the main body color. This is going to be his little bulb color, and this is gonna be for his spikes, but I'll probably ask in the group chat because I can't make a decision to save my life. So hopefully I'll check in tomorrow when I have a little bit more done, and we'll see how much I got done with my Bulbasaur, and we'll also see if I'm close to finishing my midnight. But I'm setting a soft deadline to finish the midnight by Wednesday. Today is Monday, and the same person actually ordered a Kato the Dragon from me, so I'm gonna wait to ship them both together. So it would just be nice to have them both done maybe by the end of the week. I know I'm being very optimistic saying that I'm a person that works really well with deadlines, so I'm gonna set that as a soft deadline for myself. So I'll see you in a day or two. It's now Tuesday, and I would say that I had a pretty productive day yesterday and a night tonight. So I completed Midnight's entire body, and as you can see, it's pretty big, bigger than my head. So that was an accomplishment. I got it all stuffed, and then I also finished the head, and I got all of the little ears, scales, fins, whatever the things on his head are called. But I am loving it so far. I think it's gonna be super cute. So all that's left is to sew this together. So he's gonna be a pretty big boy. And then I also have to make my little tail fins, which will be in these colors. So I'll probably do that tonight. I think I'm gonna try to sew the head on tonight to just get that done and then just have the little tail fins to do tomorrow. I also told y'all about my pattern test that I'm doing, and I went ahead and got all of the crocheted parts done. So here's Bulbasaur's little head, and I made some eyes. They turned out a little more pink than I wanted. I was going for a red, and the mica powder said that it was like firework red, but as you can tell, it's a little pink, but hopefully he still passes off as Bulbasaur. I also got his little snuggler body done, so it'll look like that. And his voluptuous bulb as well. And then his little ears, his arms, and his feetsies. So the fact that I could get all that done in 2 nights is pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. So now we're gonna sew the head onto my midnight. So he's almost done now, and he's all assembled. I just gotta do his little fins now, and obviously, as all projects with black yarn, he needs some serious cleanup that involves the lint roller before he goes off to his new home. But I'm super excited with the way that he turned out, and I hope that the person receiving him feels the same way. So like I said, I'm going to finish up my midnight custom order tomorrow, and I'm also going to try to assemble my Bulbasaur, so it's going to be very much an assembly day. And the same person that ordered my midnight also placed an order for a custom Kato the Dragon. So she already has the colors picked out. We're doing a navy and hibiscus moment with this as the main color, and this is the accent color. And I also made some custom eyes for her dragon, and they look like this. So that will be the next thing that I start on, and I will update y'all again tomorrow. This guy always takes my chair. Do you think you could move so I can edit the video, please? I'll take that as a no. So it's now Friday, and I didn't have a chance to record anything yesterday because I was so busy crocheting, and I think you're gonna be really proud of me for everything that I got done. I know I said in Wednesday's video that all I had to do was put the tail fins on, and I put the tail fins on yesterday, and then I was looking at the plushie and I was like, something's missing. What am I missing? And it totally slipped my mind that the midnight plushie has wings. I mean, it's a dragon, obviously it has wings. So I was kind of feeling silly about that, but I did end up making the wings as well, and I sewed those on. And here's the completed project. Ooh. He's so big and cute, and I really do like the colors that she chose for the tail fins. They're just really nice, and they kind of pop against the black. So he's all done, and he's so cute, and it's gonna be hard to get rid of him. So all I really need to do is get the lint roller and kind of get all the fuzzies off him. I don't know if you can tell, but all of the little fluffs poke through this black yarn, and they show up very well, which is not good. So I'm just gonna roll them down real quick. And I also kind of have to use my hands to pick out some of the little fuzz that's sticking out from the stuffing. And whenever I use a lint roller, it's extremely important not to use one that's like overly sticky. This one is meant for dog hair because I have a dog and it works really good for that. But if it's too sticky, like if I just pull off a new sheet, it's really gonna take a lot of the fuzz off, and I do want to keep the, you know, fluffy, fuzzy essence of the chenille yarn. So I kind of try to like roll it over something else real quick and then I'll roll it over my plushies, and it just makes it to where it's not like too sticky. Gotta get under the wings. And he's all better. And as you can tell, I got a good bit of fluff and just like the loose little pieces of yarn from sewing off. So he's all ready to go. So I'm going to set him on my clean table until his little friend is ready to be shipped off with him. I also finished my pattern test from Pebble Crochets, and I'm not lying, I love all of her patterns so much, but this one might be my absolute favorite to date. It is seriously so cute, and I'm gonna have a lot of trouble giving it up if I decide to give it up, so. Oh, he is so cute. Look at his bulb. He is adorable. And he can also sit down like on a surface with this bulb supporting him. He's so cute. I'm seriously so obsessed with this pattern and how it turned out. And it was super quick to work up. So it probably only took me like an hour and a half, but it is absolutely precious. And I need to order some more of this like aqua teal yarn because I need to make more Bulbasaurs. I need more Bulbasaurs in my life. And I need more of these in my life. But this will be a great little make for my Pokemon card show that I'll be a vendor at, hosted by Indigo Plateau in July. So I love him so much. At the beginning of this video, I showed you my Pichu pattern test, another cute little Pokemon, and I couldn't figure out what to do with his mouth. He just didn't have a mouth, and I don't know, I was just like so over felt, and in the pattern it has a little felt mouth that's open and it's like red and pink, and I just didn't have the mental capacity to cut any more felt, so I went ahead and just gave him a little smile, and I think he's cute like that. So my little Pichu plushie is done. I think either today or tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get this video out today, but if it goes out tomorrow, I believe this pattern releases on Saturday, so be sure to check it out. I was so productive last night. I even started my next custom order. So I did start the Kato, and I quickly figured out after just making the head that this is gonna be a lot larger than the other Kato the Dragon I made, because I made that one in the Kesh Velvet yarn, which is a lot thinner. So I kind of overestimated, or actually underestimated, how much of this navy colored yarn that I had. So I knew I was gonna lose Yarn Chicken, and I didn't really want to place another yarn order because I just placed a yarn order and I need to stop spending money on yarn because I have so much. And I was messaging in a few of my group chats that I'm like a tester in, and I was asking if anyone would be able to part ways with a skein of Parfait Chunky in navy, because I really didn't want to place another order. And thank goodness for Holly from Creative Outlet Crafts. She is mailing me a new skein of navy, so I'll be able to finish this custom order in time, and I'm hoping to get it out next week. But I just want to say thank you, Holly, so much. Like, you're really saving my life and saving my bank account and my wallet by helping me out and sending me one skein. I could have bought the 3 skeins on Amazon and it still would have gotten here in time, but I don't need 3 of them. I feel like they do that just so that you'll buy more, but I'm just really glad that Holly had a skein to spare, so thank you. But with that, I feel like this is a good place to end the video because I'm gonna have to take a pause on this. So I will have a part 2 where I complete this dragon. I'll get them all packed up. I'll show you what I was working on for the week that I'm also working on custom orders, and it'll be a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And I did have a question for you. Let me know if you can tell a difference in quality on this video versus the others. I actually just got the iPhone 16, not the Pro or anything, just the regular 16, but I've heard really good things about the camera, so I figured I'd try filming a video because it is easier to, you know, just set up my phone rather than, you know, bringing all my gear upstairs with me and kind of setting up my little camera setup. So if you can notice a quality difference and you prefer the way that the other videos look, I will start filming them like that again, but I just figured it was worth a shot. So let me know what you think. And be sure to tune in to my part 2 whenever I make the rest of my custom orders. I have this one and I have one more lined up, and maybe I'll even get more. Who knows? Be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.